small slivers, one along C&L Street at the corner of their existing parking lot, and another little piece, which I think the guy on site referred to as the alley, which was
Correct.
a 5-foot. No, it was just
that's the
a
other street.
walkway
That's
between their building and the house next door.
Was it Skull?
Is that Skull?
Oh,
Yeah,
Skull's
there's
on- Skull's on the other side of the
Skull's
tracks.
between the building and the tracks.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
is it on the other side of the tracks? I'm not
Yeah.
It's
sure.
on the other side.
It's on the other side, north side.
So there wasn't any road frontage along 10th Street per se that they took, because the building's right on the property line.
Right.
So they couldn't take anything there without taking the building.
So really what you're here about is the building.
Yeah.
Do you have any appraisal or anything?
I do not. We have a and I can get that if I'm allowed the time for it. We did pay attention to the Boyer sale, and that building went for about $300,000.
Well, that was a distressed sale though.
Okay.
He went bankrupt. I mean.
It looks just like the buildings I put on my train deck. And the elevator, I can't even get the service on the elevator. So to access 67% of those floors with anything but office or apartments, which we've kicked around, it's just not, it doesn't have the value to us, and I don't think it carries the value in the marketplace, but that's for you three to decide.
Okay, but you're gonna get us an appraisal. is
I
it?
can if you tell me how.
Well, that's the only thing that's gonna help you, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, you just sitting there telling us, everybody come in and tell us that. We have to have.
Asked Doug Myers for some comparables, but I can hire
Well, does Doug have something, or
Doug offered, Doug,
give us some
oh, I
comments?
thought I sent this to you.
No, I don't think he did.
You know what?
Did he? Do you have it in here?
You know what, they were at the top of my file. Are you
Well,
familiar with Doug?
yeah, we know Doug.
Okay.
Well, at least that's something much
Just
better
start
than
with.
you just sitting there telling us about it.
Sorry about that.
Do you have income at the property now?
We have 3 employees.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we do. The answer is yes. It is approximately 5% of our total sales, because the web is there, and we have a verbal commitment to keep the union there. As long as we're using the building, and we have the machine there, and we haven't replaced the machine. We've taken machines out, we put some storage in, we've tried to get other machines to run in there. We're still trying to increase our, I don't want to mislead you, we're trying to increase our income there, but we do.
A bit different as far as interior information. They felt really confident in their interior information that they have, whereas I think we would need to send out some mailers and stuff if we went that route. She seemed to indicate that they saved.
It may warrant consideration to have more than, I'm not saying more than one board, but
Yeah, but
one board,
sure.
but of more people to be able to hear at multiple locations and so forth.
Yeah, I think they have plenty. But I think in Cumberland County, they had, like you guys would be split up. And
One of us on each board?
one
Yeah.
would go to and listen and
either have
whatever, so. It was pretty neat how they've been doing things.
Township
I have a
people,
strong
whatever.
feeling I won't be here to worry about it.
So I will be looking at some other options too, so, as far as full-blown reassessments, to see what they charge, to get that narrowed down even more. Next month, we're gonna have a couple of homestead appeals. We had a couple of people appeal their, I don't wanna say decision, because it's not really a decision. It's the fact that they were removed from homestead because the prior owner had applied, and then they bought the property from the prior owner, and we sent out letters removing them from homestead.
Frequent notice, you say.
The attorneys probably at settlement should have told them
Somebody
about it.
who was representing them in the
That's
purchase of
what
the
I
property
think.
should have been on the ball.
Not these last couple, but I mean, when you sent it out, how much time did they have? 3 months, 6
Well,
months, 2 months?
see, we don't send them out. We provide the list to the school districts, the end
Well,
of,
what did the
middle
school,
of
but-
December.
well, what did the school district, how much time did they give them?
they gave them from December, right around Christmas, till March 1st, you get to,
So they got
to return.
2.5 months.
Roughly.
If I go out and purchase a property tomorrow, the end of December, I'm gonna get a letter from the school district basically saying, you're eligible for this, here's the application. Send it.
Yeah, if you want me to do that, I can. We
Well,
may not even have, well, I know we wouldn't have these two, for sure,
Yeah,
next
I'd-
month, so.
I'd help them out. I don't see any,
Is the expo grounds. I've talked about this a couple times with you guys about, I'm not so sure it shouldn't be taxable. Now, I thought they paid in lieu of taxes, but
Not to us, they don't.
I know they don't to us, but I was thinking they paid something in lieu of taxes, or in lieu of taxes to something. Now,
Don't they have a 501c3?
I would imagine they have that. They would they should meet the test of the 5-point test, and I made copies of them, I forgot to.
The
bring
hub.
them up. Yeah, that hub test.
Mm.
They have to donate so much of their render gratuitously to whoever. And I'm not so sure they do anymore. And
Well, what is their mission statement or their purpose for existing as a nonprofit?
well, I think it started out as to provide for 4-H and FFA,
Well, I still think that
Clubs,
is
they're
their-
fair.
they still do that.
They still do that.
but I'm not so sure it is anymore.
They still do it. We go to their banquet,
Who, the 4-H or the?
in 4-H. It's always that one,
I think they do give that to us, actually. Not that
Well, it's
I'm-
really not the 4-H, it's, there's a, what's it called, Lebanon Valley Fair Association or something?
Well, it's the Lebanon Fair Board.
Fair.
Now is what it's called. I think years prior, they have accepted a donation from the Fair Board for use of the grounds.
Well, who pays the electric and that?
Well, I'm not so sure they don't pay that. in-
Who's they?
The Fair Board. I'm not so sure
Well, I
they
don't
don't
know.
pay that over and above what, no, I don't know that for sure.
let me just say this, I think you ought to have more stuff, a lot more to talk
Yeah,
about.
no, I
before
know
we-
that. I'm sure
Sounds
this
to
is.
me like,
Because I think Expo wants to charge a per diem rate under contract to the fair board this year. And if that is not less than what it would be normally to anyone else, then I'm not so sure they give, if they
Well,
do
maybe
enough.
maybe they do something else for some other group.
It's possible. That's very possible. I know this
I mean, it's
issue.
not that they have to give it to the fair.
I know this issue will come up in the reassessment, because I think at that point, we should put everything back on the tax rolls and then take them off.
man, I'm glad I'm not gonna do.
Because the judge
Yeah,
says so,
so.
basically, that's gonna be part of the reassessment.
Well,
We
We got a
been-
lot of time to talk about the research.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, we've been not having to do that.
Well, nobody's
For the last
complaining
how many
about
years?
these nonprofits. Rudy was complaining that his neighbors don't pay enough.
Seaman's the only one, he's pissed off